spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like Big Fish came to Jonah. Yeah, I'm still independent, ain't sold a million records yet. Used to be on my checklist, big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Game time in it. Game time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Game time. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Miami Dolphins. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. First play and a first pass for Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And the ball is knocked out. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Once more, it's the fullback Ham. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. They'll try to throw now. Cousins eluding the pressure right. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man. And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Cousins now. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. And that could be a major momentum swing here early. Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to pass. Tua. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick. And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook. 24 yards. And the Vikings post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2? Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
On the ready. Hustle.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Watch out now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
On the set.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. They'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll try it now with Mostert, and I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run it again with Cook. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air.
It's caught at the 10. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Here's Mostert. Gets Mostert hit, and he drops the ball. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Inside give to Ham, the fullback. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Getting the ball is Cook, running left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll run for it. Cook. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they were going for the big strike right there, but this just terrific coverage by the defense in the end zone.
And what helps being a safety in this spot is the back line of the end zone. Defensive back coaches always preach. That's an extra defender because you know that they can only run so far. They can't run past you out of the back of the end zone. Then you know you can't be beat over the top. It gives you a chance to go make a play.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Cousins to throw it. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now Cousins. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now Cousins on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Let's go.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And going deep for Hill. And this one is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Mostert. And he's got room. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Here we go.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Tua. He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st, just a gain of 1 there. The 3rd down now, those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a 1-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Here's Ryan Wright now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Here's Hill on the return. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a one-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. One-score game. This drive here can erase all of what happened previously.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Tua. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. Running the counter with Mostert. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. Now Tua. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They come up to the line now facing a third and 10 after the incompletion. Tua to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by a South Florida native, Patrick Peterson. And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and not all W's are